Hey, what's going on, everybody? Two games down in the Final Four. Sorry, 2 games down in the Elite Eight. 2 games to go. And for game number 3, we have a familiar matchup. It's the matchup we saw in round 1. We got Indirect Bomber versus Noellers on Tokyo Drift 2. Okay? Rather, Indirect Bomber versus Noellers playing Kindred and Andy. So Andy gets another shot. I've covered a lot of videos where it looks like Andy would counter the person that they're playing against, but especially if that person is Kindred, I don't know about that one, because, you know, per a lot of you in the comments of the last Kindred video, Kindred is a ridiculously strong pick, not on just this map, but on basically any map where she's allowed. I think I think there's a good argument to be made about Kindred being a tier 2 CO. And the more and more I see her, the more and more I kind of agree with it. I'll go over the intros quickly. Her day-to-days give units plus 40% while on urban terrain. Urban Blight deals 3 damage to everybody on urban terrain, gives her an 80% boost. High Society rarely ever popped. Urban bonus is increased to 130%, and attack for all units is increased by 3% for each city owned. Barely ever popped is High Society. I'm gonna go through these quick because I already went through them just 2 videos ago. So if you really want to see those intros, maybe you should check out my video earlier. Then Andy has no day-to-day abilities. His Hyper Repair will repair all units by 2 HP. And his Hyper Upgrade, his units gain plus 5 HP, plus 10 attack, and plus 1 movement. It only makes sense that Hyper Repair would counter Urban Blight, because you could just repair all your units back to full, but an Urban Blight is still going to drain your income no matter what. Yes, you're going to have healthy units with coming back with 3 for 3 stars, 3 stars for 3 stars, but your income is going to take a hit, bottom line. Alright, quick intro. It's a quick intro because we've seen this exact matchup before, but we got Indirect Bomber 2 versus Noellers. 2 obvious heavy hitters, 2 people that could easily win the entire thing, but one of them is going to be stopped right now. I think I know who wins this, but I tried my best to not see the username of the person that won it, but then I realized I think I saw the CO that won it. I'll be surprised. I have an idea, but hopefully I'm surprised by who actually wins it. I think you guys, you know, I don't know. I just hope it's a good game. I'm going to this one blind like I've done the last couple ones. So going to be less stally than the Drake game because it's, you know, less global damage, more just boom, you know, punching through front lines and stuff like that. But this map, it looks, it's kind of made for Kindle. So much urban terrain on the way to everything. Andy's got a nice power and hyper upgrade though, so we'll see. We will see how this shakes out, shall we? Okay, let's start. Okay, we have Indirect Bomber going with Orange Star, and he goes with 2 infantry and waits his Black Boat and Lander. Okay, Noellers will pull back and go for his factory, and Indirect Bomber goes for more infantry. Factory, and then he okay, so he does have so as you can see, oh no, because I see because of the extra troops, but I would imagine how Indirect Bomber is going to follow suit with this opening. Let's see if he loads it into the Black Boat. So he does not go for the Black Boat opening. He's going for just a heavy income advantage early. And look, take a peek. Day 3 recon. Will Noellers follow suit with another day 3 recon? So Noellers is, you know, he's going to get out here early. Indirect Bomber will no longer have that tempo advantage to his north and Noellers south. And Noellers goes an early recon too. Doesn't look like he's going to have much to harass over here though. Indirect Bomber is not pushing out forward as we've seen in the last 2 games. Okay, but Indirect Bomber pushes. Recon going out. Yeah, see, I'm a little confused as to what this is even going to do. What will this do realistically? It could capture this I mean, it's as good a move as any. It can capture this base or this base next turn, I suppose. Okay, but he's got a little bit of a tempo advantage just, you know, here early, I suppose. And now that I'm looking at it, it looks like Noellers will be able to do the exact same thing, and he has an infantry that's pretty deep in enemy territory already. But both players have an early recon, as we've seen on this map, as we've seen. Noellers forced to go triple infantry, as is Indirect Bomber. Okay, Indirect Bomber will lock down his properties, come back, and then, yeah, he'll just, you know, opt to, you know, do that, I guess, and then... Indirect Bomber. I'm not so sure that all of this infantry movement was super optimal. Or, yeah. I don't know. I mean, this is good vision over here, but you really ought to have tried to harass this. I mean, you'd have no way of knowing if he was actually going that high, but... I mean, they're pretty much mirroring each other. It's going to be kind of tough for Indirect Bomber to grab this comm tower, and I think that's actually his... So, will Noellers actually get both comm towers? If Andy does that, the key to playing against Kindle, and it's unfair because I think Kindle's the best tier 3 CO, is you have to have an income advantage, a sizable one. Because when it comes time for Urban Blight, you're gonna need that income advantage to heal up your units. You're just gonna need the income advantage to heal up your units. Let me see a tank. I mean, where is this gonna go? It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it can go on the port next turn. That's what it can do. Okay, Noellers pushing out, and Indirect Bomber is over here too. But look, Noellers, he'll make a decision here. Will he go for a more income, or will he go for the comm tower? Really think he should push onto the comm tower right now. Indirect Bomber wouldn't be able to do anything about it unless he forewent this. Actually, he could bring his recon down. We will see what, we will see what Noellers does. You know, Noellers takes a great engagement, kind of leaving your infantry out to dry if it's just on the shoal like this. You know, Indirect Bomber just pushing out for more properties, but okay, so unfortunate move for Noellers. This is going to get hit really hard by this recon next turn. So yeah, that is exactly what's going to happen. And then this is a tight spot for this to sit. He's obviously going to ferry it across the way here. He has opted to lock this down, but will prevent him from getting that. Damn, that's a lot of defense for a comm tower. Wow, I'd imagine that it would have gone down to 5, but no. Okay, and then finally he gets this boost that we see a lot of players are doing on this map. And then he pulls back, heals up, and then if he wants to take a shot at this again, he'll have a tank in range for him. Okay, so not, you know, pretty even game. If I had to pick a person to be winning right now, it would probably be Noellers. He's got this all to himself up here, but unfortunate. If he had just gone for this, he would have actually gotten this, and instead he's now lost his early game tempo that he worked hard for. So, you know what? I'd say on this map, there was chats, right, about how you get an infantry down here, you boost it, you go here. That's a great opening move, but then do you go for the comm tower or do you go for the city? And the answer is you go for the city. It's less likely to be spotted by a recon. Now this is useless. It has no backup. It's just going to sit here and die. Instead, it could have easily locked down another income that would have been actually pretty hard to flip for your opponent. So I think the strategy is to forego this comm tower and just go for your this. Aha! Nice move. Oh, not a nice move by Noellers. This is the Scorched Earth strategy. He is absolutely crippling Indirect Bomber's capture game. This will fall. So, you know, great place for this to sit. It's going to take some vision, and even if he gets vision of it, he'll just move it into this bush or this forest next turn. So, a little game of cat and mouse here. This is a great place for this to sit. It just grants Noellers a small amount, but still vision. Okay, and then he'll drop a tank and an infantry officer. Boom. Suddenly he's got a tank and a recon reinforcing this front. With a couple more infantries, he'll be able to lock this comm tower down. That is, unless Indirect Bomber supplies his own tanks into the fray. Will we see... So we see another tank here. He'll just drive it out onto this... he'll drive it out onto this port next turn. Okay. Here we go. So he'll back it up. He'll gain vision of the, oh no, see? If he, so this would have obviously been the play. He backs this up 1 to gain vision of this. He drives his tank onto the shoals, takes a shot, so this can come in and clean up his recon. However, he then uses this to get vision of it. He could have even used, this to put it here. Oh wait, and then, oh wait, hold on. What am I saying? He'll probably, yeah. What am I saying? It's all fine. It's all the same thing. In fact, probably want your tank on the plains to get that extra defense in case it gets struck by a tank. So never mind. That was completely fine of him to do. Pulls back. You know, he's gonna get interrupted here, and he doesn't really have a tank to back it up. So I think he would have been better off just waiting until backup arrived and leaving his infantry on that mountain to maintain vision and also have really good defense. And then here's an anti-air. Very smart. He'll produce another infantry, yes. So he gets an anti-air on the field. Nobody has built a battlecopter yet. Andy still doesn't know what an airport does. But I know that joke has been just shredded into the ground at this point. It's still kind of funny. I mean, come on. And Noellers is on a mission. Look at this. He's got 5 properties that he'll probably all get next turn. That is huge for Noellers. It's what you got to do against Kindle. Oh, no. Not the best turn. Of course, he doesn't know if he has an anti-air in the area yet or not, but he builds a battlecopter into an indirect bomber anti-air. Okay, so here we go. Indirect bomber is actually able to capture this. You know, hold on. Interesting. I definitely would have attacked with my 6 on here and then brought my recon down to prevent this capture. I suppose Noellers is saying, well, it's probably gone, so it's probably his, so I'll just let him have it. And he does. He just lets him have it. Now it's time for, I would say it's time for Indirect Bomber to start capturing his properties, but with Noellers' early game recon harass around here, he's got these 2, you know, rendered useless infantry. So now he's only capturing these 2 as Noellers is capturing all of this. He will not even be able to interrupt this. Noellers is going to go up bigly in income. He's going to like that. I guarantee it. You know, Indirect Bomber can come back and start snagging properties, you know, a little bit later. So it's not the biggest thing. But right now, Noellers, in my opinion, looks like he's in the driver's seat. Subject to change when the first Urban Blade comes in, nice. And then he's got a battlecopter of his own. Will Noellers build an anti-air? And then look, boom, 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 boom. Huge, huge. Indirect Bomber's only going to go up to 1,600 next turn. It is not the same. And he said, fuck yo, Hood. And he's beginning his capture on this property. He's got 2 infantry in great spots in these forests. Indirect Bomber did not see them go in there. So that's going to be very frustrating for Indirect Bomber. I'm sure he'll get himself trapped in those locations in the next few turns. Okay, here we go. Riding out. Okay, double tank. He's going to end up not getting maximum movement out of this infantry, but that's okay. Yeah, but that's all right. Okay, so it is now Indirect Bomber's turn. He will capture. He will capture. Capture. Good. Great place for this to sit. He'll be able to maintain this comm tower almost all game, I'm sure. And then awesome place for this to drive in. He doesn't know yet, but he's got lots of tanks he can pick off with that battlecopter. And now another battlecopter. God. Kindle battlecopters firing over a city are just devastating. They really are. Okay. Pushing out. More infantry because he opts to go for another battlecopter, which is, he doesn't know yet, but this is a great decision for Indirect Bomber. I wonder if that'll really end up hurting Noellers. Noellers needs to get, Noellers should know better. He should know that if he has a battlecopter this far on the field, this, I know he got maximum, but he probably just should have factory skipped and got an anti-air out of here to shuffle it down to back up his tanks, because if battlecopters meet these tanks, there's nothing he can do about it, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Battlecopters will be meeting those tanks shortly. Still has a nice income lead, and it will be further in. It'll be bigger even next turn. Okay, he goes in. And then he's kind of got the same setup over here. Grabs his property, 3,000 income advantage. You know, Indirect Bomber might snag these if I was Noellers. I would probably try to hit him pretty hard. Okay, he's coming in. Tough, Noellers, tough. Flew it right into the meat grinder. I'm certain Indirect Bomber will be able to gain vision of that next turn. If he can't even really protect it with an infantry, unfortunate. Good place for this to sit. Oops, sorry. Good place for that to sit. Then here comes the cavalry. Oh, able to dislodge him from this mountain. This is huge. That's huge. Okay, and then I don't know why he moved it here. Probably should have moved it here. And then will this kill? No, and look at how much damage Indirect Bomber did back to this infantry because it's Kindle on a property. So pretty cool. Okay. There's your anti-air and an artillery. Will he attempt to blow this pipe seam? I would imagine that that will be in the cards for him next turn. Good place for this to sit. Here comes Indirect Bomber. What will he do? He will... Okay, look at this. Kindle with a comm tower. City boosted on a road. That is crazy damage. That's amazing. And then, yeah, he knows that this is here, but he has a pretty good plan for it. He comes here, and then he'll get a Kindle boosted infantry shot. Oh no, Noellers, you were looking so good. No, she doesn't go for the Kindle boosted infantry shot. Indirect Bomber just wants the city, and just like that, Noellers is kind of in a tight spot. He's got a great strike force down here. Nothing to deal with this battlecopter, which is really tough. We will see how Indirect Bomber can capitalize on this now. Okay, oh, and he'll finish it off from the woods. So, man, Noellers definitely took a beating this turn, but usually when somebody's the first to strike, that person can strike back in a big way. We will see just how much Noellers can get done. Ugh, holy fuck, I'm not that fucking tired. It's just when I open my mouth and I start talking, I just start fucking yawning. It's really bad. It's bad for business. Okay, so he's going to be blasting away at this pipe seam. Okay, and then he'll be able to finish that off. And then, yeah, he'll go here, here. This is a tight place for this to sit, but he'll protect it, minorly protect it. He'll have to take an engagement with this infantry first and begin capturing. He'll begin capturing this. He will actually get this. There's nothing that Indirect Bomber can do, so suddenly Noellers will run around with 2 comm towers, which is a pretty significant bonus to his game here. Okay, he pulls back, pulls back, pulls back, pulls back. Okay, Indirect Bomber, not really close to Urban Blight. Can he try to get it this turn? Pushes up. However, looks like Indirect Bomber will be able to flip this. I did not see this coming. Okay. Then infantry going in here. He's pulling back. I would try to just bivouac this area if I was Indirect Bomber, just so I can guarantee that I have that comm tower. Okay. But he's actually pulling back towards the middle. Interesting choice here. God damn it. Interesting choice here. So he goes for the comm tower, pulls back towards the middle, and we got a little bit of a snowball here. Look at this. We have a Kindle Death Ball. What is he planning on doing with it? He's gonna get interrupted here, and Noellers will have we'll have a turn, probably 2 turns with 2 comm towers. Let's see if he can actually capitalize on that. It's gonna be tough for him to do it. Let's see if he can pull it off. Okay, needs to be careful about leaving his troops on cities. I guess not necessarily right now, but in the future. Okay, he'll get the interrupt, at least. Fires back with Kindle firepower. Doesn't even need a comm tower to do that much damage, which is pretty crazy. Okay, and then he is... While Indirect Bomber has a Death Ball right here, Noellers kind of has just a line straight across the board. So both players definitely need some vision. I count 1 recon for Indirect Bomber and 1 recon for Noellers. Really... Haha, but look, Noellers has teched up. You know, Noellers, I don't know if you understand just how many battlecopters Indirect Bomber has, but you're going to need another anti-air ASAP. Okay, so he does not interrupt the comm tower. He instead, he lets Indirect Bomber gets it. So now the comm towers have flipped. We're back to, you know, I'd say how a normal game normally looks. Okay. He grabs Vision. Vision of only infantry, though. It's, you know, Indirect Bomber is still in no place to charge in. He does move his line up. Indirect Bomber, down on income, needs to play aggressively here. If he sits back, that income's going to accrue now with a 1,000 income difference. It's not really, that is not meaningful at all. It's another infantry every turn. That means nothing. But pushes his line up. Man, Indirect Bomber is loving the B-copters. Noellers, get those anti-air on the field now. But he doesn't know about it, but he's three battlecopters, you know, taking pot shots at this medium tank will reduce it to, you know, dust pretty soon. So right now, Indirect Bomber definitely looks like he's in the driver's seat. Both players have no idea what each other, you know, what they're building in there. What is he building in there? But both players don't really know exactly what's going on. But from the replay, it's looking like Indirect Bomber's in the driver's seat. Troop count, troop value, I'd say absolutely. Noah was getting a little bit scared. Death balling of his own. Holy crap, how is this game going to end? There's going to be a big confrontation at some point. Gains vision. Begins capturing. Takes a shot. Will now reinforce this area. This area is looking really good for Indirect Bomber. He's going to be able to take this over. Can't say the same for Noellers in this area. Actually, he'll be able to get... He'll be able to take this, but he'll take some shots from tanks and stuff in the meantime. Okay, and then look at the Air Force for Indirect Bomber, and he's only got one artillery or anti-air on the board. That is no good. That is no good. Yes, see, meanwhile, Indirect Bomber has 2 anti-airs, but Noellers only has 2 battlecopters on the field. So, oh man, Noellers, you're gonna need some more anti-air. You don't know it yet, but you're just gonna need some more anti-air. Okay, Noellers able to clean up around here. Not clean up, but, you know, kind of ward Indirect Bombers, SEAL Team 6 away. He'll be able to get a good shot from a city. Will he divert this battlecopter up here to take a shot at the recon? Only time will tell. We will see. Meanwhile, Noellers says Andy has blown this pipe seam and he can reinforce with a Neotank. This is great. Battlecopters really can't deal with a Neotank that well. A Battlecopter Swarm can, however. So, God, if I was Noellers right now, I'd be like, this probably isn't going to be enough anti-airage for... I would be scared at the amount of anti-air that I have on the board right now. Enough with the teched-up units. Jeez, you know, but both players could actually use some... See, I would have taken a shot at this, but I don't know if Indirect Bomber has a plan here. He does not. He actually just goes back. He begins capturing in his face. Says... Come get me. Indirect Bomber not going in yet. I mean, this is like, look at this. Indirect Bomber at 40 units. We are approaching the unit count. What will happen here? This is a big death ball. Who will break the seal, so to say? Okay, nice shot from Noellers. Coming down. He'll probably begin capturing the city down here. We'll see if he does. In the meantime, he's just balling up. More artillery would go a long way. Okay, at least battlecopters can deal with other battlecopters, but Indirect Bomber has lots of anti-air to deal with those battlecopters if that's the case. This is tight. Look at the infantry walling. Both players are just not doing anything. He'll begin capturing. Says, "Come get me." Welcome to the jungle. We talked about this. I think Miley Cyrus said that. That was War Puppy that actually told me. It wasn't Selena Gomez that sang Welcome to the Jungle. It was actually Miley Cyrus. Billy Ray Cyrus's kid, a.k.a. Hannah Montana. I'm not sure of that information. I'm not sure if it's public knowledge if Miley Cyrus being Hannah Montana. I'm not sure if it's public knowledge that... Oh, good, we're going in. Joke's over. Here we go. What have you done? You can't finish it off is the problem. And he'll come take shots, but he's left his medium tank open to a strike from a battlecopter, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5. Okay, and he actually pulls back. So he goes in with his medium tank and then pulls back. You know, If you're going to go in, go in. I know you saw, like, a good opportunity for a shot here, but a medium tank of indirect bombers could come out of the woodwork and absolutely slam into it. Oh, no, please, please more anti-air. Teched up units are great, but with an absolute swarm like this and an Urban Blight coming right now, I probably would have foregone this, because here comes the first Urban Blight. Okay, it comes in, drains him from 190,000 to 184,000. He'll come with a Battlecopter. Boom here. Boosted. Oh my god. Urban Blight, Comm Tower boosted Battlecopter. Oh my. Here goes. That'll one shot. Yep. Bye-bye. That's dead. This will come in. Maybe one shot. Yup. Holy shit. Is that done? No. Maybe he'll just pull this back. Maybe he'll try to take a shot with his infantry. That's gone. What a turn for Indirect Bomber. Wow. This is really good. With the hyper upgrade next turn, he has to finish this off. I believe he will. That's gone. One shot? Holy shit, that one shot's gone. Your hyper upgrade will do nothing. Wow. And Indirect Bomber has done an amazing job in creating a world where hyper upgrade really doesn't get a whole lot of value. Incredibly productive turn from Indirect Bomber. Oh my god, that is just sickening. That it will fall. He pulls this back. I definitely would have put it in a position to take out Battlecopters if need be. Noellers has a Neo tank in the area that really isn't going to get a whole lot done. What can it do? It's not even going to be able to hit anything. Needed more imagine if he spent all that time building anti-air. Again, he had no idea the Battlecopter presence that Indirect Bomber had. Oh god, another fucking Battlecopter. How many tanks does he have on the board? 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or maybe it's just 6, 7 Battlecopters. Holy Moses. He'll come in, he'll take that out, and then what? He has, here we go, he'll go, I wouldn't have gone hyper upgrade yet. I would not have gone hyper upgrade yet. I would have taken a shot with my Battlecopter first. He'll gain vision. Take a shot with his artillery. He'll come in, good shot with the tank, come in, and then look. But he could have waited to take a... He really needed to hold his hyper upgrade there. And then he'll take a shot here, come in with the Battlecopter, boom. He'll come take a shot with his infantry. I mean, it looks like Noellers is doing a lot. Okay, he'll be able to take a pretty clean shot here, but this will be a Kindle boosted Battlecopter and then multiple Battlecopters surrounding this next turn, I'm sure. God, you know, this was actually a pretty rough turn for Noellers, I think. Indirect Bomber has an absolute strike force in Battlecopter Swarm that I'm sure he's going to hit him very hard with this turn. And if he saved his hyper repair to the end, all of these would be full health. All of these would be full health. You know, he wouldn't have got the movement bonus to attack it and plus the extra firepower, but they'd still be at full health. I think he should have saved it. Let's see how Indirect Bomber responds. He comes in. Yeah, that's gonna... Oh, it doesn't fall. That's actually weird that didn't fall like that. He'll take a shot with his artillery, clean up that 4, come in, clean up a Battlecopter, clean up another Battlecopter with a boosted... Oh no, he should have used this boost for a Battlecopter on the Neo tank. Instead, he's opting to pick off his smaller units, surround the Neo tank. He'll take that out. He'll hit that really hard, take it out, start capping, come in, come back, and then he'll clean up his... Suddenly, Indirect Bomber is looking really good in this quadrant. He's got... This can be easily reinforced with this Neo tank, but it's looking pretty good for the time being. And look at that, he's almost had another Urban Blight, just like that. So he comes in, he'll take a shot. Not as devastating a turn as I thought for Noellers. Noellers now has a ton of tanks down here with anti-air and a Neo tank, for which Indirect Bomber has a response in multiple Battlecopter strikes. But that's it. Okay, once this clash has started, I don't think it's going to end. Indirect Bomber up bigly in troop count. It's a lot of infantry, though, because his troop value is only up now 30k, which is okay. Let's see how Noellers decides to respond. He has really limited vision here, which is really rough. He'll be able to take that infantry out, come in, boom, that'll one-shot. It doesn't one-shot, but it takes a night, but cripples capture game here. He will drive his tank in, take out one tank. He will take out this battlecopter, pull that battlecopter back. He'll take out an anti-air. Another great anti-air are now getting in the mix. He'll be able to start picking them off. He needed that a long time ago. He didn't know it, but he needed it. And then instead of going in, he has opted to pull back his forces. I think that's what needed to happen. You know, Indirect Bomber doesn't have a necessarily very good answer to these right now. He will swarm them with battlecopters, and we will see just how much he'll be able to do. They're not next to a city, though. So what will Indirect Bomber do realistically? Yes, more anti-air. Yes, yes, yes. And a battlecopter. Great. This is the strike force needed. The anti-air can take out infantry. They can take out battlecopters. Indirect Bomber does not have a lot of tanks on the field. Bottom line. He will be able to clean up that tank. A one-shot on a road. That's crazy. Well, it had 8 health. Urban Blight coming in. Pow, pow, pow. I mean, realistically, what did that do? 10k? A little bit less than 10k. Yeah, nothing. Really nothing. She's Indirect Bomber is not going to get a lot of boost from here. He'll be able to take that down, then start capturing that, come in, and then here comes the Battlecopter Swarm. Ooh, that does 3 damage. I thought it would do maybe like 8, or just 2. Okay, does another 3 damage. Comes in here, will one-shot there. Will that finish it off? No, it's at 1. And he still has a perfectly healthy Neo tank. Unfortunately, with only 1 anti-air in the area at this point. Kinda rough for Noellers right now. He's still got good control over here. He's got tanks to respond to infantry that would like to capture his income. Oh man, this is still a really good game, and it's still kind of anyone's game. Indirect Bomber is up bigly in troop value right now. Their income is the same, up bigly in troop value, up very bigly in troop count. Just has a lot of infantry, though. Those infantry are crucial for making walls and whatnot. Let's see what Noellers decides to do. He'll take a shot here. Come in. Take a shot here. Come in. Boom. He'll finish that off. Take a shot here. And not quite finish it off, but yes. Begin crippling, really crippling his battlecopter game here. Take a shot here. And probably... No, God. The defensive roles, it seems, for Indirect Bomber have been very much in Indirect Bomber's favor. Okay, and then you definitely start cleaning up his infantry. That's good. Tight. Tough place for this to sit, man. Realistically, what is this going to do in this area? Noellers. What is this going to do? It can't reach any of your battlecopters, and your battlecopters are so little that this was totally not worth it. And it's going to take a shellacking from a base-boosted Indirect Bomber. And now he decides to pop Hyper Upgrade. Okay, cool. So he actually gets a free 5 health to this Neo Tank, which will totally help. Gets the +1 movement to take that out. We'll come around here, take a shot at that. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, wow. That was actually a pretty good move from Noellers. And just like that, his troop value is more than Indirect Bomber. An Indirect Bomber got no power charge from that whole turn. So good move by Noellers right here. Okay, builds a tank. Okay, wow, Noellers is back in the game. Absolutely back in the game. His troops are semi-vulnerable, though. He's going to take a shellacking right here with a boom and a bang and a bing bang pow. I mean, you know what? This Neo tank will remain untouched, though. That's exactly what Noellers wants. He'll take a city boosted shot here, finish off Noellers' tank. He gets enough for an Urban Blight, and now with an Urban Blight boosted artillery, we will see. And hold on, how much damage did that do? That did just 10k. That's it. That is really tough. Oh no, that's huge actually. Oh, and then that'll be it. No, okay, my God. Oh no, Neo tank down. Neo tank down. There's the troop value swing right there. Productive turn from Indirect Bomber. What will Noellers be able to do next turn? He could use some more recons on the field. 100%. He needs some more vision on the field right now. Look at all the vision that Indirect Bomber has, and then when we switch over to Noellers' vision, it's going to be nowhere near the same. Here we go. Okay, coming in. Noellers. What will he do? Fly in. Take a shot. Move down. Get himself trapped. Finish off with an artillery. Just using a Neotank to shoot at infantry, not what you really want to be doing. He comes in here. We'll take a shot with that. That city will fall. The Indirect Bomber has fought hard for this income, and he will get it next turn. He'll take out an anti-air. He'll take out a battlecopter. Starts crippling his capture gain even more. Okay, Noeller's looking good. 100%. Noeller's... Oh, no! How could it be that that does 2 HP of damage and then such a bad luck roll, man? Oh, man. And then, yeah, he'll be able to one-shot it. No! Noellers! You were doing okay! You were doing fine! Noellers! No! You were doing fine, man. I think Noellers could have easily staged a comeback. He had this area locked down pretty well. This is how I thought the game would end. I thought that Kindle would once again take down Andy, but he started playing so well here, I thought maybe that's not how I remembered it. Oh, man. Noellers, man. Good game, good game. Definitely a premature surrender. Realistically, Indirect Bomber was going to flip this income, and there would be a 2,000 income disparity. But, you know, Noellers, you had a decent presence down here. Just need to send these anti-air down this way and just stem the bleeding and stem the flow of the battlecopters. And you could have probably mounted an attack here. I'm curious to think if you think that you could have won this game. I'm curious to think if Indirect Bomber, were you surprised when Noellers forfeit the game? Let me know what you guys think. Okay, that was it. That's game 3. That's game 3 of 4. Game 4, I'm not sure if it's still ongoing or if it's finished. I have to update the brackets. My family arrives in town in 4 hours. I'm going to be with them all week. I won't be making a video on it. So, thanks for tuning in again, guys. I can't believe you guys are still, commenting and doing everything, despite me taking those long breaks. I'm still into the channel. I want to play. I'm getting a little bit burnt out of Advanced Wars by Web. I'm not playing a lot. I'm into Super Auto Pets. I really just it's called Conquer Everything. So I want to play everything. I want to play like roguelikes and all this stuff. Content will probably be moving away from Advanced Wars once this tournament is over. I'll probably still do some here and there, but really want to just kind of make my channel just me playing video games, me and talking, and if anybody wants to listen to it, so be it. And if nobody does, well, I'm recording it, so it's okay. It's never really been about getting a ton of viewers. Eventually it might be. Eventually it might be about retaining viewers and making a career out of it, but it's such a long ways away from that it's hard to even think about it. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Stay subscribed. Next week will be another video wrapping up the Elite 8 and then the announcement video for the Final 4. Thanks. See ya.